Hello, everyone. It's Trevor Cormier again, and this is Analyzing Male Slavery. And he's shown me this Nerdrotic. Usually I've only have one video on Nerdrotic, but this particular issue has to be spoken about. So, Analyzing Male Slavery, would you please?
Yes, it's the dead end of the go woke, go broke thing, because they're not learning these reaction channels, these outrage channels. It's like this. What is it? Is it a crusade against the SJWs, or is it just like laughing and pointing at them, right? Because this video brags up the fact that comic shops are getting closed down and that this comic got cancelled. I think let's start watching it, basically, so people know what we're talking about.
Just give me a shout when you want me to stop.
Okay.
About a certain comic book coming to its end and Disney not supporting shops that sell their product. It's that time again. I'm hearing from a lot of people that they have been unsubbed from the channel, so please make sure you are still subscribed. If you haven't, please consider doing so and liking and sharing the videos. It really does help, and I thank everyone for your continued support. Now let's talk about the new Warriors being canceled.
Nerdrotic.com.
Every morning when I get up, right after I have a hot cup of Pete's coffee made today by Mrs. Nerdrotic, thanks babe, I check the news. And for the last 8 years, I have been checking to see if George R.R. Martin has finished The Winds of Winter, and that always ends in disappointment. Of late, I have been checking Comixology to see if the new Warriors has been delayed or pushed up at some point. And I hadn't checked it in a couple of days, and a very interesting development happened this morning. I noticed my order was missing from
Comixology. Let's pause it.
Okay, right.
It's all right. So he thanked his wife for making a cup of coffee, and you notice in the background he's showing all these geek status off. It's very tacky. It's all these items in the background. I'm a real geek. Look at all this stuff I've collected. I just want to make a note of that.
Yes.
So let's carry on. Sorry.
All right.
I had to double check, so I Googled it, and this is what happens when you hit the link for the new Warriors 2020 #1 by Danielle Kebblesmith, available on Comixology. Oopsie! The content you were looking for is not currently available. Sorry, there was an error on the page you were attempting to access. We have been notified and will work as quickly as possible to repair it. No need to bother. Now, I know some people out there are disappointed. You are not going to be able to get your new Warriors variants now, and the pamphlet will not be available in comic shops. But this might be a good news, bad news, good news, good news. It really depends on how you look at it. For the industry, I have always said it would be a good idea for this book not to exist because it is a middle finger towards the fandom. That middle finger exacerbating the divisiveness in an already weakened industry prior to the beer.
You mentioned divisiveness.
Business, yes. It's a euphemism, basically, right? It's a centrist fence-sitters way of sort of calling the feminists and SJWs out, basically, but not actually directly doing it. So it's not divisiveness. Divisiveness. It's not divisiveness. Because he pronounced the word wrong as well. It's not divisiveness, right? It's feminists taking over a space, a male hobby, then trashing it. So when you call it divisiveness, you're using a euphemism. Like when the mafia comes around and wrecks your shop and slaps you about, they're not being divisive. Right, are they?
No, they aren't. Or the bullies at school that knock you down, take your stuff, and break them.
Yeah.
Same idea. I think that's actually closer to it because that's what it is. It's just women bullying men.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So, and comic that diversity in comics. He's renamed his channel. He's done loads of videos on this. He actually did videos. He actually went through who's being hired at Marvel and all the social media pages, and he basically proved that men are getting erased from Marvel. They're getting fired, getting pushed out, and they're just hiring women who are not comic book fans, right?
So I didn't know that.
Yes, but he's done thousands. He's renamed his channel. He's done thousands of videos because he's done like 5 videos a day sometimes, right? He's done loads of off the cuff videos. Okay, and the thing is, I'm digressing, but there's a point here. Diversity in comics is a child support slave. He's been married multiple times and married. He's getting married again. He's joined the army. I think he married a Muslim woman. So
Yes, I
join
heard
the
that.
army, go to the Middle East, kill their men, marry their women. Right?
Oh my God.
Okay. He's called men who don't get married irresponsible.
Yes.
The thing is, he wants to pander to women at any cost. The guys at Marvel who run Marvel want to pander to women at any cost. So these so-called SJW soy boy men are no different to diversity in comics. It's the same thing. They all want to pander to women. So I don't
Yeah.
see any difference between them.
Yes. Same with this guy Nerdrotic. Look, if he just said wife, if he actually has a wife who made him coffee, she wanted to tell him to get rid of all this stuff. All this stuff would be gone.
Yes.
He would have to. What's that?
There's something better than a wife for making coffee. It's called a coffee machine.
Yes.
Look, you could probably stick your penis in it if you want as well. You know, it's probably someone's done that already as a fetish. So.
But trust me, he would still make money, but he would have to switch his channel up to something else. He'd have to call it. He'd have to shave his beard and wear a suit and call his channel something else. You know.
Yes.
Okay.
So
let's
carry on. Yeah.
Which made things worse, and considering recent events, things are now dire. Is the Disney subsidiary Marvel doing anything to help shops? Have they said a word? Of course not, but maybe, just maybe, canceling Snowflake, Safe Space, Trailblazer, Screen Time, and Be Negative is all you're going to get, comic shops. Because I know you expect a certain quality here at Nerdrotic, I put 1 to 2 minutes of hard research into looking to see if Marvel's New Warriors had been canceled, and it brought me, unfortunately, to Bleeding Cool. From Rich Johnston, Marvel Comics Collections revealed details of what would have been. Yesterday, Bleeding Cool highlighted Darkhold as a comic book series no longer on Marvel Comics' schedule, but with a future collection listing revealing what might have been and may still be one day, just not now. There are a number of other similar...
Excuse me, I mean, what he's reporting on, does it really mean anything that this change?
He's rambling a lot as well, I've noticed. So he could basically say this comic's been cancelled.
Yes.
So he can say that.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
there's
none of this matters really to the average guy who's buying comics, because the people that are making comics hate their guts. So whatever new is going to come down the pipeline is still going to be an insult to them.
Because what require, right, the people running these comics, it require empathy for men and insight, and they don't have that, right? You try bringing up men's issues in a polite way of people, most of them just freak out.
Yes.
They don't want to have empathy with men. They don't want to sympathise with them, basically. There's some sort of sense of disgust there. And I think all these nerd fans, they want their money, but they don't have enough empathy to go, maybe we should stop attacking them, right?
Yes. Exactly. It's just gotten so bad for men because we're really at a crossroads, socially. Not just...
This is just a symptom of what's happening in comics. It's a symptom.
Yeah.
They don't want to deal with the root cause of the disease.
Yes, exactly. Why? And as you say, that's why they're using a euphemism instead of just coming out and saying the girls are kicking our shit in. You know, then the guys might actually have to say, well, what do we do now? You know, what hard decision do we have to make now? Do we fight against the girls or just become complete slaves? That's their two choices.
Yes.
The collections listed as well. Again, these may happen later, but the listings are yet to be amended. Now, these are the trade paperback listings, and as Rich said, they still could come out, but my guess is Marvel hasn't gotten around to it yet, and the news does get better because we see America Chavez on this list, and a book equally as bad as the New Warriors by Daniel Kibblesmith, The Children of the Atom, featuring a Karen Cyclops and a hero that uses TikTok. And just below
sorry, I don't know what TikTok is. Do you know?
It's a social media that women use to attention whore.
Ah, right.
It's a big craze. It's like they can film themselves jumping around and doing whatever, and like that really triggers the tradcon men because
of course.
Because like, I'll get this beautiful wife, I'm going to provide for her. She's on social media and it's first thing men giving her money. and she'll go, nope, time to go. I don't need you anymore.
Exactly.
I've
Well,
seen this.
or not even time to go. Just I never want to be with you in the first place. Is what it is.
Yes.
You know, they
Look,
can't bribe a woman.
I've seen women, I've seen tradcon women actually do this, right? I've like, basically, there's this big boob woman who did breastfeeding, who I sort of fancied, so I used to watch her videos, right? And a fat woman with big tits, that's always a plus. But anyway, she was with tradcon, right? And she was lapping up as a traditional woman. She was living in this big farm place. She had a fat husband, right? And I saw this old videos talking about the chemistry she had with him, how she met him, all her feelings about him. And like now she's divorced him, and now she's talking about abusive childhood, and she can't put up with a controlling man. It's time for it to end. And now she's on OnlyFans, basically. So there's enough thirsty men, right, for her to whore it up, basically.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. It's a new level of whoring. It's basically fantastic. You don't actually have to even look or touch the men at all. They just give me money. You give me money. Okay.
Look, I'm not going to tell men to stop looking at women online and masturbating over them and fantasizing about them. But come on, don't give them money directly. Come on, man.
Yes.
You know? You can get porn for free. Jesus Christ. And a lot of these women are giving it away for free on social media, showing their tits and stuff. Jesus Christ.
And of course, they made Cyclops a female. So, I mean, in this one, but I mean, they've got to call that SJWs or something.
Yes. Yes.
That we see the new warriors. And I know this must be a crushing blow to Daniel Kibblesmith and YouTubers across the country, but you'll still see it in some form. And again, I think it might be that perfect scenario. Considering Scholastic's influence on the comic book industry, which is practically a government bailout at this point, and of course, how could we forget, it brought us the cringe that was Gotham High, and a YA story about an alphabet Aqualad who isn't really Aqualad, and his boyfriend called You Brought Me an Ocean that takes place in New Mexico. Considering all that, I think we have a pretty damn good chance of seeing the new Warriors in print at some point, but my guess is it won't be that October 27th release date shown right there.
Another thing. You notice all this diversity only happens in the stuff that guys like, because the stuff that women like, there is no diversity. You know, it's all like straight, beautiful men coming onto these ordinary looking women.
Yes. Well, if it's not straight women, they got their own little niches that they're just left alone. Basically, it's diverse. We got to stop. We can't call it diversity. We got to call it female social dominance. That's it. It's women barging in, playing around with men's things, and saying this is how it's going to be, and then women leave after they trash it. That's what it is.
That's what it is, Nerdrotic. If you ever hear us, you know that's what it is. I doubt it. I think
social dominance. Your female masters who have more rights and privileges than you, if you get to trash your stuff. That's what it is. And you're living with a female master. You're married to her.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course, you can't get through because these guys have a brick on their head. For that,
I sort of don't blame Nerdrotic for not wanting to know this because he's trapped.
Yes, he is.
It'll take a shattering of his. Look, what will happen? It's going to take a complete shattering of his ego. It'll take for his wife to leave him, his ego to be shattered, and like an increased risk of suicide. So his ego defenses are up, basically.
Yeah.
So he's trapped. He's hopeless. There's no point trying to reach these types of men. Married men, no. I'm afraid that they're gone.
Yeah, exactly.
The only hope is that they go for a divorce. I only give them leeway if they've been married once, right? You're married once, you've got a chance to learn your lesson. You don't learn it from that, no, I'm sorry. Yeah. They'll never change.
Exactly. Like diversity in comics. Like he's done it twice. He'll go for 3 times. He'll go for 4 times.
Yes.
I have to keep in mind before I get too excited what it took for Marvel to finally squash the new Warriors by Daniel Kibblesmith and Children of the Atom and other garbage books that would never sell in a comic shop because nobody actually wants them, but the comic shop might feel obligated to buy them because of the habitual predatory nature of Marvel Comics and how they do business. That is the most frustrating part. And it might be way too late. Not all the news is good. Comic shops have had it bad already, and things were made worse over the weekend for 12 shops across the country. I've talked a lot on this channel about the divisive nature of entertainment in general, and Marvel is...
Pause.
Exactly.
They've done it again.
It did it again. Divisive nature. But yes, who's doing the dividing? They never say that.
Yes. So it's a euphemism. It's a cowardly euphemism. It's feminists coming in and trashing male spaces. Now, the comic book thing, right? Yeah. Comic book shops, I think, the comic book industry is going to be dead in 20 years, in my opinion. It's on its way out.
It's on, yeah.
And it's not just because of feminism, in my opinion. Feminism is an extra disease on the corpse of the comic book industry. It's been dying for 30 years.
Oh, that's true.
Right? Yeah, the feminism is just going to speed. It's basically a niche little market, doesn't get in new customers, it just carries on appealing to the niche market. And apparently Marvel's just decided to got insane and even alienate those men. Basically.
Well, the difference is comics aren't really comical. They're superhero mags.
Yeah.
And they're too niche, whereas manga's doing fantastic because it has all genres in it. You can almost see any story in manga. So I mean that's why people or young people read manga and they don't give a shit about superhero comics. All the best superheroes have already been done. It's that simple.
Yes.
Okay.
And you can get better superhero stories from manga anyway.
Yes, exactly.
So, yes.
On this, and their parent company Disney, like I said at the beginning of the video, is showing support for a lot of causes, which is great, but they're not denouncing violence, and they're not showing support for the shops that actually sell their stuff. They're shops who are already in a bad situation because of the beer bug. And
let's pause. He's concerned trolling about the riots. Okay, this is a very complicated issue. What's going on with the riots? But okay, companies have not been speaking out against police brutality, right, to defend men. Black Lives Matter, a feminist organisation, starts trying to make this about black women being oppressed, and they're right, and suddenly these companies start speaking up for Black Lives Matter. Okay, that's what's going on. It's look, I've seen big YouTube channels speak up for Black Lives Matter and even donate money to them. Okay. Right, like a history channel, we shouldn't be doing that at all, in my opinion. They should be staying out of current events completely, right?
Okay.
And it's female social dominance yet again. Black Lives Matter gets donated to, but he's concerned trolling over the riots. Basically, it's a bit dog whistly to me. I look at these black people acting up and smashing things up. That's a big concern. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's carry on. This is a comic book. Look, comic books are not going to go under because of looting. They've got insurance anyway, so...
Yeah, right. Okay. We will start.
Comic book stores hit by looting across the USA. Again, this is from Rich Johnston a few days ago. He does his own brand of editorializing, and I will try to skip that and just keep it to the comic shops. There may be more. These are the ones that have taken their experience public, but they also have different attitudes regarding what happened to each. And I'm sure they do, but to me, vandalization and theft is vandalization and theft, and there is no justification for that as much as people would like to rationalize. Golden Apple Comics of Los Angeles, California, which is owned by a very good man, Ryan Leibowitz. Met him a few times, been to his shop. It's great. I'm very sorry to see this happen to him. Golden Apple Comics of Los Angeles were hit, and customers Ryan Storms and John Tracy have launched a repair fund on GoFundMe. They have written the following statement. Now, before we read the statement, I usually do not put links in the descriptions of my videos that go off-site, but if you go to nerdrotic.com, I will have a link to Ryan's GoFundMe. And yes, I did donate. Last night,
pause.
in LA.
I want to pause here.
Yeah.
But don't these right-wing types believe in the free market and social Darwinism?
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Right.
So this guy, I feel sorry for him, right? But why didn't he get insurance? Did he forget to get the insurance? Why is it not covered? What?
Oh, I don't
You see what
know.
I mean here? He should be. Why did he do the GoFundMe?
Yeah,
Insurance cover. You didn't pay insurance. Tough shit. Free market. You made a bad choice. Perish. Social Darwinism for the win. The free market will fix this and come up with a better new comic shop, right?
yes. Yeah, I guess I got to see it that way, you know. But it's always the same thing with these guys. It's only Darwinism is only all right if some other guy goes down. That's the hope.
Yes.
They go
Yes.
down, now they need help. Now they need the government.
Yes.
They need someone to protect them or save them or whatever.
Yes.
Same old hypocritical garbage.
Yes. Look, these riots. If you got society of police brutality, single mothers, men getting treated like dirt, right? It's not justification. I'm not justifying it at all. It's out of order. But eventually, you're gonna have damaged, frustrated, low status men who are gonna lash out and smash the place up. And it's not being calculated. It's not being guided. They're just gonna lash out in anger, and innocent people are gonna get caught up. Unfortunately, that's what
Yeah.
it's inevitable.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that's why uh, it's important that we try and read the average guy on the street, because that's what happens. Like if men were more aware of what's going on, they may not be able to like these black men need to be told, said, look, you're being co-opted by these black women. Like
Yes.
it's because you're men, not because you're dark skinned, you know.
Well, let's stop it. It's black men are more likely to get attacked and killed by the police, right?
Yes,
So there is an element of racism to it, I believe.
of
But white men are 20 times more likely to be killed by the police than black women.
of
So
course.
come on. And there's black women say, I've seen tweets by black women that says, let's not make this about black men. This is about black people. What?
Of course, of course. And of course it
I'm
is
sorry,
about
black men are like 60 times more likely to be killed than black women, if I remember correctly. Come on. Gee, that is so shameless.
it
That is
is.
so shameless. And look, black
There's
men.
a much
Black men.
bigger gap
Okay,
between.
I want to talk, I'm addressing black men directly here. Black men. This is what's happening. Okay? Your women are booting you out of your own homes, your own families. They're making you pay child support. They're enslaving you. They're jailing you, right? And I've seen countless tweets by black women going, black men ain't shit. Black men ain't shit. This is your own women doing this to you. And suddenly they're pretending to show solidarity, but except they're not. They're hijacking a movement that should be about raising awareness about police brutality. It should be men's lives matter, not black lives matter. It's
Exactly.
men get killed.
Yeah, the gap between the sexes is huge by comparison to the gap between the races.
Yes.
You know. Okay, let's see what else he's got to say.
Began in the Fairfax district. Eventually, the angry mob moved into the Melrose shopping district and ended up not only burning down the old shop located at 7711, but attempting to loot the current shop at 7018 near La Brea. Thankfully, they weren't able to penetrate the inside security gates to get any product, but left a trail of damage at Golden Apple and neighboring shops. This fund is to raise money for my favorite shop to fix the windows and install new security measures. The front door glass was smashed along with one of the front windows in an attempted looting. The money will help to properly board up the front of the shop for the next few days to deter any other destruction until new tempered glass can be cut and installed. In addition, they have to replace all the custom graphics that match the existing facade as well as other security.
Is any of this really that important?
He's just filling up time, basically,
Yeah.
trying to virtue signal.
Yeah.
You know, that's what he's doing. How much is there left?
Okay, we've got about 4 minutes.
You know, let's stop. We'll carry on talking, but let's just stop playing this because it's just empty air filling now. So I think
It is.
look, we've made a point about go woke, go broke, right? Okay, it's not working. These channels, this is just a typical example video. Nerdrotic is actually one of the better channels. He's one of the less obnoxious ones.
Yes, I agree with you.
There's ones that are far worse, like Strongman Posture a lot, who just laugh at the
Yeah.
SJWs over and over again. And the comment section on a lot of these channels are very toxic. They rant about soy boys. There's a lot of fixation on soy boys, right? There's a laser-like focus on the soy boys. right?
I guess
Do you know it's a bit like? Can I use this analogy, right?
go ahead.
There's a thug, right, who's bullying you, right? And you've got a vicious. He hasn't even got a pit bull; he's just got a dog with him, right? And what you do to get revenge later on when he's not around, you kill his dog, right? Or you kick the dog. And you think, yeah, you damn dog, picking on me. But no, it's the bully who's been picking on you. You're just lashing out the dog. Yet, I'm saying the soy boy, the so-called soy boys, they're not feminists, right, are the dogs, right? The ones who do really bullying you are the feminists, the females, okay? Okay? And like, they're attacking it, like the comic book writer, New Warriors, right? He's been called a cark endlessly. A cark, a loser, soy boy. Okay, the worst comics attacking men, calling them misogynists and man babies, that were direct attacks, were written by females. That Female 4, right? That had an awful comic where this villain was being called a misogynist, and he was a sock puppet for the so-called misogynist. He was complaining about like women should be in the kitchen, there should be any female superheroes, all that sort of nonsense. And Female 4 kicked his ass and called him a misogynist man baby. He needs to shut his mouth. If I remember correctly, I'm paraphrasing, but that was the whole story. I don't see any laser focused attacks on her, right? It's almost like these right-wing types, they know not to attack females too much directly. They know who they can attack, other men.
Exactly. They're just the cowardly guys. They're self-loathing. That's who Nerdrotic. You guys just, you want to slash out, but you can't. You know who's better than you. You know who you're beneath. You know your place.
Yes.
And so you keep your mouth shut. Or what you do is you misdirect attack to some poor guy in desperations. If you just got rid of these male cocks, you know, who write up for the comics, the few that are left, then things would definitely get better somehow, you know.
Yes.
Pathetic to the nth degree.
I've got to say here, I'm going to explain why the term cuck is really pathetic as well, right? Okay. You're in a relationship with a woman. If she wants to sleep around, how are you going to stop her?
Yeah, you can't.
You can't go to the relationship police and says, "Oh, my wife's been cheating or my girlfriend's been cheating." They're not going to arrest her, are they?
No.
You know, they've got no rights to make guard.
No.
None at all.
Well,
Not
what
socially.
would happen if they do complain, someone's just going to laugh and say, you can't keep your woman in your place. So if
And you can't.
What's that?
You can't slap her around.
No, you can't slap her
around. You go to jail. Okay. So you got to break the law to try and make guard your woman.
Exactly.
That's it.
So they can't, you know.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think we've said everything that needs to be said about this. And I want to make one more thing. I'm going to make a prediction because I think it doesn't take great ability to foresee this. These guys will still be going on about this in 5 years' time, looking at the next thing getting trashed and going, go woke, go broke, and gloating. Oh, look, this has been cancelled. You know, this has been cancelled. That's been cancelled. Look, male comic book shops. I like comic book shops. Okay, I like the atmosphere of them. I used to like buying comics. Right, it's a nice geeky male space, and they're going down the toilet and they'll be gone. Right, it's not a victory.
No, exactly. Matter of fact, you say 5 years. It's already been 4 years. It's been 4 years since Ghostbusters 2016, when it really amped up, when it really came to light. So these guys have been already talking about this for 4 years.
Yes.
Nothing has changed.
It's just getting worse. More things will get trashed. Yeah. I'm telling you, right? In video games, it's going to get worse. Right? They've done some criticism. They sort of touched it. There's been some censorship. Right? There's going to be bigger crackdowns coming. Trust me, much bigger.
Yeah, I don't know much farther these guys can go. I guess they will just be homeless guys wandering around the street one day. You know, I don't know what they're going to do with themselves.
Yeah. I'm done.
Okay, we'll leave it at this. It's been a pleasure destroying this with you. Oh my God. Goodbye, analyzing.